Okay, I'm here with head coach Drew Richards, Jonathan Curtis, and Mo Bangora. A 75-70 win against Chowan. You guys are officially now the East Divisional champions. You guys will be the 1 seed in the Conference Carolinas tournament. And senior night as well. Big night all around, coach, for you guys. How would you evaluate your team's performance?
I thought we played distracted for about for about 32 minutes. 22. No, 32 minutes. Yeah, 32 minutes. I thought we played pretty distracted. I thought we had a great crowd tonight. A lot of seniors, a lot of excitement. I thought we were not as focused as we needed to be on the things that would help us win games. And then I thought with about 8 minutes to go, I think we kind of realized, like, oh crap, we're really about to lose this thing if we don't get our minds right. And then I thought the last 8 minutes we by far played harder than them. So the challenge in the locker room is, like, I know senior night, all that great. I'm glad we got to, I want them to appreciate being able to cut down nets and celebrate each other. And it's been a tumultuous year to say the least. But overall, we still need to learn from this game and get better moving forward into a very important conference tournament.
Before Styles goes, we'll just recap it. Senior day, you guys honored 8 players today, a very large class. It's going to be a lot. We have a big group, but if you could just briefly just talk about what this class has meant to the program.
Yeah, Peyton and Steve, first of all, are some of the best. For their role for this team, they're some of the best we've ever had. They bring it every single day in practice. They have as much enthusiasm or more as any players that we have. They're phenomenal humans. They're great teammates. People see Mo and they see Kurt dunking and they see the crowds, but they don't understand how important guys like Peyton and Steve are, because they bring it every single day with no spotlight whatsoever. And we're truly going to miss them. Like, I know it's crazy to think, but, like, we're going to miss them not only on the court and pushing guys in practice and making them better, but also we're going to miss them off the court because they're just good people to be around. They're funny guys. They're kind of, came in together, going out together. I think they're going to move in together after this. Like, they're just phenomenal people. So we're really going to miss Peyton and Steve for sure next year. But they both are very intelligent young men and have a bright future ahead of them. Let me think. I'm going to go to order. Mo Bangura right here. It took a long time to get Mo in a Braves jersey, longer than we really wanted to. But I thought since the moment we saw him, we learned about Mo and his background, his story. Talking to Coach Doyle, his high school coach, and learning a lot about him and the people in his corner that really have supported him and learning his style of play. I always thought he'd be a phenomenal fit for us. I really did. And I think that didn't change, the first crack we had at him, the second crack we had at him, the third crack we had at him. But once he got here, and I think we got everything and more, because not only is he a phenomenal player, but he's a great person. Yeah. And he's going to be very successful in whatever he chooses to do. And I'm just thankful that we got, even if it's just a year, I'm very thankful that eventually we got a chance to coach him and be a part of our program. Yeah. DeMar Anderson. DeMar's been here, for 2 years now. Another guy that, we looked at a high school, ended up going to a different situation. DeMar is also, he's a Pembroke guy. Personality-wise, playing style-wise, he's competitive, he's got a fire. And the guys like being around him. He's a great teammate. And he's one of the best shooters that, we've ever had, probably in a Braves jersey. It stinks that his situation with the injuries and coming back and getting in shape, that's not the greatest situation in the world for anybody. But he did it with integrity. He did it with a lot of hard work. It's not often you see DeMar have a bad day, and I think that permeates throughout the rest of the team. Let's see.
Kurt.
Big Kurt. Another guy that took 3 shots to get him here. Luckily, we're pretty relentless in recruiting, I guess. But, I told Kurt after shoot around today, it's like, it's so weird we're sitting here on your senior night, because I still remember in 2020 showing up at this tiny church gym, and we're the only school in North Carolina that offered him. And we recruited our tails off. He chose to go to a different direction, then chose again to go a different direction. But since he's been here, he's been phenomenal. He really has. And I think people don't see the value in Kurt very often. They see, 2 points or 4 rebounds, but they don't see the impact he has both as a teammate, as being a phenomenal energy guy, and then defensively how he changes the other team. And then offensively, he probably has the record for coaches' assists, creating a scoring play for his teammate with not necessarily passing the ball. He probably has the record in UNCP history for coaches' assists. And people don't see that, but our coaching staff has always appreciated Kurt for those things. And our players do too. And, he stepped into a big leadership role this year, which I don't think he probably ever thought he would be, but he's been a leader on this team. And it's made a huge difference. And his steady hand during practices and during adversity and things have made a massive difference on this team. So I'm really glad I got to coach him as well. Javante, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, it's going to be the longest video in probably the history of it. No, Javante, I mean, Javante's near and dear to my heart. I mean, I still remember going to a cafeteria gym to watch him play at Henderson Collegiate, state champion, getting him here. He was a huge piece on one of the best teams in school history with Spencer Levi and Tyrell Kirk. He came off the bench and was phenomenal on that team. And then had 2 great years back to that. And obviously, he took a year off for basketball. And I remember him reaching out. We touched base at the end of last season. And he said, I really want to finish my degree. And when he came back, he's been nothing but working his tail off. Obviously, we have some injury things, and that's a lot of our guys deal with injuries this year. But I have such a soft spot for Javante because we know his background, where he comes from. He comes from a phenomenal family and his parents. And he's really worked himself into being a really, really good player. And his role has evolved over the season. I mean, he started out being our leading scorer, probably leading minutes. Yeah. And then after the injury, he's coming back, and we're trying to find a way to get him acclimated back in our current rotation. And he's handling as well as anybody would in that situation. And we're going to need him down the stretch of the season. Yeah. Nigel, another guy. I mean, I actually offered Nigel when I was the head coach at a different institution. That's how long we've actually recruited this guy. And so Nigel, I saw him play in high school for Independence. They played at North Mech, and he had a phenomenal game. I saw shades of Tyrell Kirk at the time, which is kind of crazy to think about now. But then, he goes prep. We recruit him. COVID, all this stuff happens. Nigel's injury last year. But the thing that Nigel is he's a winner. And he's won. I know he's not going to leave school as the all-time winningest player in school history, but he's the first guy in UNCP history to be part of teams that have won 5 consecutive 21 seasons. And because even though he didn't play last year, his fingertips and fingerprints were all over that team. Yeah. And how hard we had to play and how hard we had to compete and rebound and defend. And those are things that he's always made a staple. And then not only does he compete like that, but he also has an infectious personality. I mean, you never see Nigel really have a bad day. And he's always smiling and laughing, and I think he keeps a good balance of serious and lightening it up a little bit. He knows how to balance that act. So all these guys, all these seniors, top to bottom, including JP. Obviously, JP is the last guy I talked about. Pettiford, another guy we recruited. When I was the assistant coach at UNC Pembroke, I went to his gym and watched him play. That's how long JP's been around. So JP. I watched him play, and he was like a 6'4" athletic wing. And I remember calling Coach Miller at the time and saying, hey, if this kid ever figures out what position he's going to be, he could be really good because he plays really hard and he's super athletic. And, he goes prep and COVID and all these different things. And once again, he's in a Braves jersey. And, JP, the way he can explode to the rim, the way he can finish inside, the way he's versatile defensively, I mean, he's made a huge impact for our program last year especially, and then this year. He's had some monster games for us, and we're going to need him to play really well down the stretch of the season. So,
we'll give you a break to talk. Scott, you want to ask any players some questions?
Yeah, for the players, winning the regular season conference championship, what does that mean to you guys?
It feels great, but I know we still got 2 more to go. Mm-hmm. So, this feeling, Monday comes, we just got to be ready for that. So,
yeah, it's just the start. We got to stay locked in and approach the tournament the way we need to end up achieving our goals, and that doesn't come easy, so we just need to stay locked in.
Yeah. And we heard Coach talk about senior night, but for y'all too, what has this night meant to you, and what has being a Brave meant to you?
Honestly, it's just surreal. From being a freshman till now, it's crazy how fast the years flew by. But I would love. I'm glad I'm in the Braves jersey. I'm glad I'm finishing it out here. So.
Yeah, it's talking to Coach earlier about senior night made me realize it's already been, 4 or 5 years since high school, and it feels like I was just in that tiny gym, and just coming here and actually having coaching staff and honestly teammates too that appreciate and believe in me. It's been a game changer, not only for obviously the basketball side, but just makes it a lot easier to just play my role and do what I need to do to win. It makes it a million times easier.
Yeah. Kurt, you had a stretch there where I think you scored 6 straight points, but the first part of that, you blocked a shot and then got the dunk on the other end. Take me through that stretch of the game, and that was obviously huge in the outcome too.
Honestly, I went into tonight just focused on defensive rebounding, and there's some matchup switches down the line. I was expecting a guard there. Number 6, Damian Robinson, obviously he was out, so that initial switch, but just getting to that time where we realized we had to lock in and win the game. It just almost feels like you do everything every day in practice. So when you're in the game, you can just almost let it be natural. So like it almost just felt like I was just out there moving, and like it's more about energy with your teammates than really focusing on anything.
And Mo, what did it take for you guys to win this game?
Oh man, it took a lot, especially being down in the half. We knew it wasn't going to be easy, so just buying in the second half and just knowing what we needed to do to get the win it was good. So it took a lot for sure.
I think Box has a question.
Coach, you started the year 3-4. Just taking back to that, what, if any, was there any panic? And then what kind of allowed you guys to finish so strong in season champs?
Yeah, I mean, I brought that up in the locker room. I said I'm as proud of this team as any team I've ever coached, because there was multiple times this year they could have tanked. I mean, you start like we did with all the injuries we've had. We've played probably 5 different offenses. We played 6 different lineups. I mean, it's just guys having to play in positions that we never thought in our wildest dreams they would have to play, and in roles they would have to play. So, I mean, I'm beyond proud of this team, because there's a lot of guys that, or a lot of teams that, if they didn't have, the intestinal fortitude and the toughness and just high character to make it through those low times. We were sitting at 3-4, 3-5, whatever we were, and to think that we're sitting here after cutting down nets is pretty amazing, and that's a testament to these guys. Never giving up, never panicking, always showing up the next day and trying to get better and improve. And like I said, I hope they'll continue to be hungry moving forward into postseason.
Coach, and you guys can answer, but how much more can you guys just keep pushing out through this conference tournament? Because, I mean, we're kind of in a one-bid league situation. Like, what's it going to take now to just break through the glass ceiling again?
You got to get better tomorrow. I mean, that's what you got to focus on. You can't focus on the end result. You got to focus on the process. So that's what starts tomorrow. I told them, hey, let's enjoy this. Really want to enjoy it tonight. Really want to enjoy it tomorrow. We'll get some time off. We'll get our batteries recharged, and then come back Monday, or we'll go through Thursday, Friday, but come back Monday morning. We got to get better, and we got to improve.
Yeah.
And 5 straight. Obviously, this is a different team than it was really kind of the third core in that run, but. What does that say for the program, the sustained success you guys have been able to have?
Over the years?
Yeah, I mean, this is 5 straight regular season titles.
I mean, UNCP is a special place. I mean, it really is. I mean, there's the support we had. I mean, we had a great crowd tonight. I think the quote is best from Coach Sampson. Coaches and players win games. Administrators win championships. And without our administration, we're not able to be as successful as we want to be. And they make a huge difference. So fans, boosters, alumni, administration, they're all just as important as anybody that stepped on that floor tonight to make sure we continue to have success.
I got one more for you guys. How quick does the mentality change now from regular season to this postseason time?
For me, it's already changed, honestly. I'm ready to just get that conference championship. But yeah, Monday comes, just be ready to go.
Kurt, you've been in this position.
Stay hungry. Don't get complacent or comfortable. Just got to stay hungry.
Alrighty. Thank you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.